choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose a side. You can win or you can lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
What you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah. Said I'm a fine diamond.
And the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Welcome. I guess I could call this late night Jazzy Wanda. Hey, try something new tonight, episode 22. I'm going to try something new tonight. Hey, we live on TikTok. Hey. I'm excited about it. Yeah, because TikTok can give you a run for your money, you know. Hey, welcome over there on TikTok. Come on in the room. Come on, somebody. Come on in the room. No, you know what? I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to be doing some reaction videos. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to come across the few and give my opinionated mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this world is full of. Opinionated mindsets, boy. Because, you know, we've been brainwashed over the years. If you haven't begun to deprogram your mind and deprogram yourself, you are operating from a brainwashed mindset. So, allegedly. No, that's just keeping it 100 and keeping it real. It is crazy out here. It is so super crazy. And I didn't know if I was going to do my reactions from Facebook or YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. So just tune in, if you will. What time is it? Ooh, Jazzy, you going live at 12:46 a.m. Ooh, it's past your bedtime. Yeah, right. It's definitely past your bedtime. I guess this gonna be a goofy episode, but like I said, I'm just gonna do me, and I'm just gonna pull up a few videos and give my 2 cents on it. Since everybody got an opinion on things, you know what? I thought I'd add my 2 cents in. I'm silly tonight. I don't know what that's all about. But let's see, which one of my screens am I going to be working this from? Because, ooh, where we going to go first? Y'all know I'm hung up on the Cardi B situation with Cardi B being pregnant. And so many people have their opinions on whether or not yes, I am. So I'm gonna try to remember to write your name down, because I went on Discord and I ain't have a clue whose name to put where. So whoever you are, because I really can't pronounce your name, um, I'm gonna. I think I have a pen, but you know what? I didn't bring me no paper, but I'll get me some paper and see if I can invite you into Discord so you can show me how to do exactly what you suggested in my chat. But like I said, I'm gonna be giving my opinionated opinion on some of these videos, if you will, on YouTube. Maybe I'll even go into my Facebook and pull up a few things. But like I said, I'm hung up on the Cardi B situation in the sense of some of the things on the negative, on the low vibe that's being said regarding her being pregnant. You know, at the end of the day, her body, you know, and who are we to judge, you know? And like I said, we are a source of people that allegedly have been brainwashed through the years, have been lied to, have been taught falsehood, and you know, we operate from such. When we give our opinions, we're giving it from a mindset of what is inside of our head, of what we've been taught. And if you haven't deprogrammed yourself or to deprogram yourself, you're absolutely, in my opinion, you're absolutely uh, giving opinions from a brainwashed mindset, because some of that stuff we've been taught is not real and it's not true. But again, back to the Cardi B situation. I had saw a post where someone was, and I know I'm not going to be able to pull it up because I don't really remember the name of the actual page that the post came from, but the person was talking about how ghetto and hood that was of Cardi B being pregnant again. Uh, whether she's still divorced, in the middle of a divorce, whether she's divorced in the middle of a divorce, whether the baby is Offsets or this guy Stefan, that's her body and her business. Whether she's a public figure or not, it's her body and her business. But the point, because I'm losing my train of thought here, the point that I'm trying to make and where I'm coming from regarding this post I saw, it talked about the negative of her. And in the next breath, it talked about, I love her. I mean, which one is it? How do we bash somebody and talk negative about them, and then the next breath that we say that we love them? And in my opinion, that's the brainwashed teaching that we've gotten from religion, that we can say and gossip and talk down on people, in the next breath talk that foolishness about I love you. No, you don't love me, because if you love me, you wouldn't bash me, you wouldn't say negative things about me. And I mean, had this long drawn out post. At the end of the day, that's her body. Okay, she ain't asking the government to take care of it like some of us have in the past, or maybe still is. So who are we to judge her? At the end of the day, a body is a blessing. And for all of us that have this religious stance about out of wedlock, out of this, out of that, half of that stuff is brainwashed information and material, and there's no truth in it. And it was put together in such a way to control us. Okay? Because at the end of the day, not that it's anybody's business or that it matters, a baby is a blessing. Okay? And I didn't really want to go here, but I am going to go here. It's funny how we knock people that are out of wedlock and uh maybe
I've got to share this. You can get car insurance for as low as $22 per month. Take a look. As low as $22 a month. Your insurance company doesn't want you to see this, but I'm going to show you anyways. Here's how to get a cheaper rate. Just tap the link to go to Save Auto.
I need that out there.
You can talk to me. Until then, ain't nothing going. Call who you need to call, do what you need to do.
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
Yeah, so him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, you know, it just, he.
The streets ain't talking about nothing else right now but the Harris family's nightmare. And this time, it's not about flashy chains or viral Instagram lives. It's about survival inside the coldest place imaginable. King Harris, the son of rap legend T.I. and Tiny, is laid up in intensive care after a savage prison attack that's got the whole world locked in. The reports spilling out sound less like prison drama and more like a gangland thriller straight out of a movie. According to insiders, King was jumped in his block so viciously that guards had to drag him away as chaos swallowed the tear.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
His face swollen, body barely moving, and the whole prison erupting in a melee that left multiple inmates bruised and battered. This wasn't no random brawl. Whispers already say this was a calculated hit, and the reasons behind it might be uglier than anyone thought. The talk inside those Georgia prison walls is chilling. This wasn't about some petty beef or routine test of toughness. It was a targeted ambush designed to break him down. Some inmates allegedly set him up weeks in advance, planning to humiliate him for what they saw as his constant flexing of wealth and privilege. Others claim it was meant as a brutal reminder that behind bars, your last name, your Instagram followers, none of that buys respect. Only loyalty and toughness keep you breathing. Weakness makes you pray, one former inmate explained, and right now, King is learning that lesson the hardest way possible. As soon as the news broke, the internet exploded like wildfire. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, every platform lit up with reactions. Some people genuinely shocked and praying for the young man, others mocking him, saying things like King finally met the real world and couldn't handle it.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
That online divide only fueled the pressure on the Harris family, who insiders say are in full panic mode. T.I. reportedly hasn't slept since the attack, calling attorneys, politicians, and anyone with even a sliver of pull inside the Georgia Department of Corrections. One Atlanta source even claimed T.I. is willing to sign NDAs, cut checks, or make promises if it means getting King out alive before another strike lands. Meanwhile, Tiny is said to be locked in her own war room, running point with publicists, media allies, and lawyers, but even their famously tight unity is cracking under the pressure. Insiders whisper their arguments behind closed doors are explosive, each one blaming the other for how their son landed in this nightmare.
I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle. Right. That does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah. Stop. Don't get a HELOC until you know about HEI. HELOCs are loans. You borrow, pay interest, and make monthly payments.
Friends close to the family aren't sure if they're fighting for King's survival or just fighting each other. Either way, their son's life hangs in the balance while the foundation of their marriage starts to shake. The unshakable Harris dynasty looks like it's unraveling under crisis, and this time the stakes ain't about TV ratings or family pride, it's about life and death. What's making everything even murkier are the rumors flying left and right. Some whispers claim King got caught in a failed contraband deal gone sideways, that he either refused to play ball or tried to finesse the wrong crew. Inside prison, loyalty is currency, and a broken promise can get you marked quick. Insiders tied to the investigation even claim King was lured to a specific corner of the prison where 3 men jumped him. Wow, get this, the surveillance cameras mysteriously went dark. The Department of Corrections insists there wasn't any glitch, but nobody's buying that excuse. As one of T.I.'s old road managers bluntly put it, it's Georgia. Cameras break when they need to break. And now, while King's condition stays unstable, the family's tensions boil hotter than ever. Fans haven't forgotten how bad things already looked months ago. Like that infamous Falcons game incident where T.I. put King in a headlock live on Instagram after another heated argument about his upbringing.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but it ain't.
The world saw T.I. shouting, "You are embarrassing yourself and your family," as security rushed in and Tiny tried calming things down. Back then, people thought that was King's rock bottom moment. But this ambush inside prison shows things can go way lower. Now, with King fighting for his life in a hospital bed and the Harris family's private chaos spilling out across the internet, that Falcons game was just the dress rehearsal for a far uglier chapter. To make matters worse, prison insiders say King wasn't just targeted for who he is, he was taunted relentlessly about his parents' infamous scandals, especially those still lingering trafficking allegations tied to T.I. and Tiny. The family denied it all, but those rumors never truly disappeared, and inside prison, gossip like that becomes ammo. King reportedly fueled things himself, flexing for social media even behind bars, trying to call out rivals and hype himself as Atlanta's next big thing.
And you can, you know what I'm saying, kind of woosah yourself outside of the public opinion.
But older inmates weren't impressed. One ex-inmate told us straight up, "We don't care who your daddy is. If you don't pay what you owe or you run your mouth, you get handled. That's the rule inside." And now King is paying that price in blood. Meanwhile, T.I. is pulling every string he's got left. Sources say he's even threatened to expose prison conditions publicly while quietly feeding friendly media outlets stories to spin the blame away from King and toward a corrupt system. It's a textbook celebrity crisis play. But with the clock ticking and threats still hanging in the air, people are asking one haunting question: is it too late to save him? And deeper than that, That is this exactly what happens when you raise someone to feel untouchable, only for reality to swing back harder than anyone ever expected. As the whispers keep spreading, the plot around King Harris's ambush is getting darker by the hour. This wasn't just a beatdown. The word in those prison corridors is that King might have crossed the wrong people in a way you can't come back from. Multiple insiders hint there was a contraband deal floating around, and King either tried to back out or pulled a slick move that offended heavy hitters behind those walls. In a place where every move is survival, that kind of betrayal is like signing your own death warrant. One chilling detail being whispered.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, you know, I kind of told him, you know, what was wrong about it. Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know
Really?
what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
His name supposedly showed up in a contraband ledger tied to a broken promise. And in prison, broken promises are paid back in blood. But the rabbit hole goes deeper because people ain't just talking about contraband. They're saying King's last name is a curse inside that system. The Harris family has always attracted attention, but this time it's toxic. Those old trafficking allegations surrounding T.I. and Tiny never really faded away, and King reportedly couldn't escape the shadow of them. Other inmates mocked him, calling him soft and saying the same scandals that haunted his parents now painted a target on him. Add that to his reputation for being loud, flashy, and acting like he was the star of the yard, and resentment built like dynamite just waiting for a spark. For some of the older prisoners, it wasn't even personal. It was symbolic. One correctional officer even admitted off the record that high-profile inmates like King become pawns in someone else's power struggle. When a celebrity steps inside, he's not just another inmate. He's a bargaining chip, a statement, a way for gangs to prove dominance. You take down the famous one, you send a message to everybody else, a former Georgia inmate explained, and that's exactly what might have happened here. Meanwhile, T.I. and Tiny's relationship is buckling under the weight of this storm. Behind closed doors, sources say their arguments are volatile, with Tiny blaming the system and outside influences, while T.I. insists discipline and connections are the only way out. Tiny wants a softer approach, painting their son as a victim of a broken justice system, but T.I. is doubling down on force, politics, and high-powered phone calls. This divide isn't just straining their marriage. It's putting the entire Harris brand under a microscope. One insider close to the couple said flat out, "This is worse than the lawsuits, worse than the reality TV fallout, worse than anything they've ever faced." And the more they scramble, the messier it gets. Family friends are torn on whether going public helps or hurts. Some warn that dragging the prison system through the mud will only make King a bigger target, while others say silence equals surrender, and the Harris name can't afford to look weak. Every leak, every anonymous tip, every whisper from a prison guard adds gasoline to a fire that's already blazing across social media. Fans are connecting dots between old scandals, resurfaced lawsuits, and now this ambush, painting a picture that might be even uglier than the family ever imagined. Let's not forget, this ain't King's first brush with controversy. People still remember his social media antics, calling out rivals, flexing with stacks of cash, and presenting himself as Atlanta's next wild card. On the outside, that was entertainment, but inside prison, that energy painted him as a target from day one. Other inmates reportedly laughed behind his back, saying he was acting like a gangster when everyone knew he'd grown up in luxury, surrounded by cameras and security.
Are you ready to sell your house? I will buy it. You can get a cash offer in 24 hours or less, no matter what condition it's in.
To them, he wasn't a threat, he was a spectacle, and eventually a liability. Psychological warfare inside prison is just as deadly as physical blows. Every rumor, every stare, every whispered warning becomes the first step toward another ambush. And with King's privileged upbringing being common knowledge, he became the perfect punching bag for resentment. Private schools, reality TV shows, bodyguards, and access to lawyers most inmates can't. Dream of. Those details make him stand out like a neon target. Some inmates hated him for it, others felt insulted by the way he tried to play tough, and a few simply saw him as a pawn in their own chess game. Either way, King's celebrity was turned against him. His fame became his weapon, but also his downfall. On the outside, the Harris family's empire is starting to tremble under the weight of this chaos. The other kids are being dragged into the speculation, forced to walk through a minefield of messy paternity rumors and resurfaced disputes that were supposed to be buried years ago. The line between private heartbreak and public scandal is gone. Everything is spilling into the open, and the family can't control the narrative anymore. The same spotlight that once built their brand is now tearing it apart, and the emotional toll is savage. This isn't about a TV show cancellation or an embarrassing viral clip or even messy lawsuits. This is about their son's life and the family's legacy. Every headline makes things worse. Every whisper of betrayal adds a new layer of danger, and every public statement feels like another gamble that could backfire. The Harris family has always thrived on attention, but right now that attention feels like poison dripping on an open wound. The real cold truth here? The justice system doesn't bend for celebrity. It doesn't care how many records your dad sold or how many seasons your family starred in on TV. Behind bars, fame doesn't make you untouchable. It makes you more exposed. It makes you a bargaining chip, a spectacle, a headline waiting to happen. And for King Harris, it's turning his last name into a liability that's threatening his survival. The prison ambush wasn't just one attack. It might be the opening chapter of a saga way darker than anyone realizes. Because now, people are asking whether King Harris is simply paying the price of arrogance, or if there's a deeper conspiracy at play, a deal gone wrong, enemies plotting in the shadows, and a system that's already failed him before he had a chance to grow up. And as the Harris family fights to pull strings and save their legacy, the question haunting everyone is simple but deadly. Is King just another casualty of fame colliding with reality? Or is he the first domino in a chain reaction that could blow the lid off secrets the family's been trying to bury for years? From the moment King Harris stepped behind those concrete walls, the countdown started. And now it feels like every move since has been building to this brutal climax. What's clear is that he wasn't just attacked for being himself. He was attacked for everything he represents. The Harris name, the scandals, the flashy lifestyle, the reality. reality TV baggage. All of it painted him as a lightning rod for jealousy and resentment. Correctional officers admitted off the record that inmates like King don't just walk into prison, they walk into a storm. The second he entered that yard, he became a pawn in battles that had nothing to do with him personally, but everything to do with power, pride, and reputation. And when rivals wanted to send a message to him, to the other inmates, and to the world watching, King was the perfect target. Insiders point to how fast this spiraled out of control. One source who had served time in Georgia's system explained it best. When someone with headlines comes in, the sharks start circling. They want to break him, test him, or use him to score points. That's exactly what King faced. Whispers of a contraband deal gone wrong, mockery over his privileged upbringing, and taunts tied to his parents' legal troubles. He was swimming with sharks from day one, and when the cameras mysteriously went dark during his ambush, it felt less like a fight and more like a setup. A trap sprung at the perfect moment, leaving him bloodied, unconscious, and in need of medical rescue. But the fists weren't the only weapons. The psychological blows might be even deadlier. Prison insiders say King was constantly warned to tone it down, to stop flexing, to stop playing the role of celebrity gangster, but he didn't listen. His attempts to stand on business only made him look softer to men who'd spent years mastering the code of survival. Respect isn't bought, it's earned, one ex-inmate said, and that rule has always been written in blood inside those walls. And with King not playing by those rules, he was always destined to get handled, and handled hard. On the outside, the fallout is shaking the Harris empire like never before. Lawyers are working overtime, trying to spin the story, pushing sympathetic narratives and feeding friendly media outlets with excuses. Some insiders claim T.I. is preparing to drop bombshells about prison corruption, threatening to expose the system if his son isn't protected.
When my streaming bill hit $180 a month for channels I don't even watch, I didn't get mad. I got friendly.
When they spread your legs slightly. I just need to pat you down.
My son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama, his ass going to prison. If you goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison.
T.I. once said time will be his teacher. Nobody expected that warning to play out like this. His son, King Harris, had the world at his feet. Money, music, and a newborn son who could have been the reason to finally grow up. But instead of settling down, One late-night decision would drag him straight into the headlines for all the wrong reasons. A BMW pulled out of a gas station, nearly colliding with a cop car. Within minutes, flashing lights lit up the scene. The smell of weed was in the air, and a gun was spotted on his hip. That single moment wasn't random. It was years of reckless choices catching up all at once. Now, instead of planning his next track, King is facing the possibility of 5 years behind bars. But was this just bad luck? Or was it the prophecy his father tried to prevent finally coming true?
Don't be in this bitch. Wait till I come back in the market late night, and then it's just you, and I slap you up. Yeah. You trying to act off, son? I got all through this. All like this in front of all your peeps. Tell your mama I said Happy Mother's Day, and then Karen in my face and shit. Like.
Back in 2022, T.I. sat down and spoke words that now feel almost haunting. He didn't sugarcoat anything. Looking straight into the camera, he admitted that if his son didn't slow down, he'd end up behind bars. And there wasn't a single thing he could do to stop it. At the time, it sounded like tough love. A father trying to scare his child straight. But 2 years later, those same words look less like a warning and more like prophecy. Because everything T.I. feared is now standing in front of King Harris, and the story is unfolding exactly the way he predicted. The truth is, T.I. knew the energy. He lived it. From street life to federal cases, he'd walked the same dangerous path his son was running toward. That's why the warning wasn't just random. It was a father recognizing the exact signs he once carried himself: recklessness, pride, and the belief that consequences were for everyone else.
Yes, sir. One away. Does your buddy have one as well? No. Alright, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
T.I. had already made peace with the possibility that his son wouldn't listen. He said it plainly. Ain't nothing I'll be able to do about it. And that's the chilling part. Because in 2024, that's exactly what happened. Fast forward to October of that year, and the prediction finally hit its boiling point. King pulled out of a gas station in his BMW, nearly colliding with a police car. It wasn't just a traffic mistake. It was the kind of reckless move that brought every past mistake back to the surface. Within minutes, the flashing lights, the smell of weed, and the gun on his hip turned the scene into a full-blown disaster.
All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid. I ain't feeling this. Just take a step to the side for me.
And just like that, T.I. T.I.'s words came to life. Prison wasn't just a threat anymore. It was a real possibility. For fans watching the headlines, it felt almost scripted. The father warns, the son ignores, and then the exact outcome arrives. But for T.I., it wasn't entertainment, it was heartbreak. He hadn't cursed his son, he'd simply seen the crash before anyone else did. The truth is, nobody should have been surprised.
son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmama, his ass going to prison. If you goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him.
Long before that October night, King Harris had been leaving a trail of warning signs so obvious they might as well have been flashing neon lights. Reckless driving, public arguments, wild behavior on Instagram Live, even flaunting guns in music videos. Every move screamed that trouble was coming. Fans weren't just guessing. They were connecting the dots in real time, watching the pattern form right in front of them. One of the earliest cracks showed up at a Waffle House in 2022. King got into a screaming match with staff, the kind of meltdown that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Instead of walking away, he doubled down, acting bigger than the situation and flexing in front of strangers. For a lot of people, that was the first real sign that his ego was starting to run the show. Even T.I. himself admitted he didn't understand why his son would throw away peace just to argue with a short-order cook. It wasn't about food. It was about pride. And pride has a way of dragging people into chaos they can't escape.
Everything you think I can pull out my pocket right now, I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get out my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Stop talking to me. Who the hell is he?
Then came the music video incident. King and Boosie's son, Tootie Raw, decided to film with guns all over the set, as if they were shooting a street documentary instead of a song. The clip spread fast and fans couldn't believe it. These weren't kids in the trap. They were sons of rap legends with every opportunity to live differently. T.I. and Boosie had to step in and school them on camera, literally saying one wrong move could end their freedom in seconds. Both dads tried to shift the energy, but King wasn't listening. He wanted the image even if it came with consequences. And that's the thing. Each of these moments wasn't just a random outburst. They were part of a bigger picture. A young man chasing credibility, trying to prove he wasn't just T.I.'s son, but every time he acted out, the evidence piled higher. By the time the BMW crash happened in 2024, the world wasn't shocked. It was more like, well, we knew this was coming.
People hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't get no sleep. And the truth be told, before this look, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working. Lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep.
When the blue lights flashed behind King's BMW that October night, it wasn't just a routine traffic stop. It was the beginning of a spectacle. Officers walked up, caught the smell of weed instantly, and then noticed the gun sitting right on his hip. At that point, there was no guessing game, no talking his way out of it. The decision was made in seconds. King Harris was going in, but what shocked people wasn't just the arrest itself, it was the way it unfolded. As footage leaked online, nearly 30 minutes of raw body cam, the internet ate it up like the latest reality show episode. You could see every detail, cops pulling him from the car, unstrapping the weapon, cuffing him and running his name. And when that name came back, the past came rushing with it. A warrant he'd skipped years before, a DUI, reckless driving, a suspended license. Things he thought he could dodge forever suddenly resurfaced in real time. What made it all even crazier was King's reaction. He didn't scream, he didn't fight. He looked annoyed, sure, but mostly calm, almost like he knew there was no escape. Some officers even admitted later that he was respectful the entire time, and that unexpected calm fueled the internet's obsession even more. Was this a young man humbled by reality? Or was he simply too used to the spotlight to break character, even in cuffs?
Man, get out.
I ain't know
Get
Tupac
out!
was an actor.
Get out!
I thought that was a lookalike Tupac. And
What are you talking about? You never seen Juice?
Yeah, I did. I
You
thought that was a lookalike
Wait, no,
Tupac.
What about when they say Tupac Shakur on the screen?
I ain't see that.
Come on, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
don't watch the credits.
How could you embarrass me like this?
Clips of the arrest spread across blogs, YouTube channels, and social feeds within hours. Badge Chronicles, Vlad, Shade Room, everyone had their take. For fans, it was surreal. The prophecy T.I. spoke years earlier was unfolding right on screen. For critics, it was validation, and for King, it was the harshest reminder that once you step into that world, every mistake becomes content. But here's the thing, the arrest was only part of the story. Because when the paperwork came back, it revealed something much darker. A time bomb from 2022 that was about to blow his entire life wide open. As if crashing near a cop car with weed in the air and a gun on his hip wasn't bad enough, the real hammer dropped when officers ran King's name. That's when the past came back to haunt him. Buried in the system was an open warrant dating all the way back to 2022, a DUI, reckless driving, and a suspended license he never handled. Instead of facing the music back then, clips of the arrest spread across blogs, YouTube channels, and social feeds within hours. Badge Chronicles, Vlad, Shade Room, everyone had their take. For fans, it was surreal. The prophecy T.I. spoke years earlier was unfolding right on screen. For critics, it was validation, and for King, it was the harshest reminder that once you step into that world, every mistake becomes content. But here's the thing, the arrest was only part of the story. Because when the paperwork came back, it revealed something much darker. A time bomb from 2022 that was about to blow his entire life wide open. As if crashing near a cop car with weed in the air and a gun on his hip wasn't bad enough, the real hammer dropped when officers ran King's name. That's when the past came back to haunt him. Buried in the system was an open warrant dating all the way back to 2022. A DUI, reckless driving, and a suspended license he never handled. Instead of facing the music back then, King skipped court, letting the charge sit like a ticking time bomb. And on that October night in 2024, it finally exploded. The warrant meant this wasn't just a traffic stop anymore. This was a layered case. One mistake stacked on top of another, snowballing into something far bigger than anyone expected. For King, the shock wasn't just being cuffed. It was realizing that decisions he thought he could run from were waiting for him 2 years later, ready to knock down everything he'd built since. Fans who watched the arrest video couldn't believe it. Some were stunned that a rap legend's son would be reckless enough to skip court in the first place. Others weren't surprised at all. They said this was the moment everyone knew was coming. The inevitable crash after years of ignoring warning signs. Blogs quickly labeled it a self-made downfall, pointing out that the Waffle House fight, the gun-filled music video, and the wild IG rants were all leading here. The warrant just made it official. What made it worse was the timing. Just weeks before, King had become a father, posting pictures of his newborn and even dropping a heartfelt track called Dear Son. For a second, it looked like maybe fatherhood was his turning point. But the warrant didn't care about growth or redemption arcs. It dragged him back to a version of himself he thought he'd outgrown. That's the cruel reality. The past doesn't disappear just because you move forward. And for King Harris, the open warrant turned a bad night into a full-blown legal disaster. The moment King's arrest footage hit the internet, it was game over. Within hours, clips were everywhere. Blogs, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, each platform spinning the story into its own version of entertainment. What should have been a private low point instantly became a public spectacle. And once the memes started rolling in, the internet showed no mercy. Some fans mocked him outright, calling it his official street cred moment. One viral comment read, "He finally outside for real now." Others joked about him looking too calm, saying he was treating the arrest like another live stream, just another chance to go viral. In a twisted way, the internet treated his downfall like a badge of honor, as if a prison sentence was the missing piece of his image. But not everyone was laughing. A different corner of social media actually gave him credit for staying respectful during the arrest. They pointed out how he didn't lash out, didn't fight the cops. Worse. For some, that restraint was a sign he was maturing, even if the circumstances said otherwise. Fans wrote messages like, "He's young, he'll learn, fatherhood might save him yet." The split reaction revealed the internet's obsession with watching someone crash, then debating whether they deserve redemption. And through it all, T.I.'s warning resurfaced. Clips of his 2022 prophecy went viral alongside King's arrest footage, fueling a new wave of commentary. Some people said T.I. cursed his son by speaking it into existence. Others said he was simply a father who knew what was coming and couldn't stop it. Either way, the story wasn't just about King anymore. It was about T.I.'s legacy as a father. The public wasn't just judging the son, they were dissecting the dad too. For King, that's the cruel reality of growing up under a famous last name. Every mistake isn't just yours, it's magnified, debated, and turned into a circus for millions to watch. And if social media had already been savage before, the next part of the story made the criticism hit even harder. The role of his father, T.I., watching it all unfold. For most parents, watching your child stumble is painful. But for T.I., watching King spiral has been nothing short of a nightmare. This isn't just any father and son story. It's the echo of a life T.I. himself once lived. He knows the streets, the jail cells, the headlines, and that's why his warnings carried so much weight. He wasn't preaching from theory, he was speaking from scars. Yet despite every lecture, every late-night talk, and every public attempt to steer King back on track. The outcome was the very one he feared most. Back in 2022, when King first started making headlines for the wrong reasons, T.I. didn't hide. He went live, addressing the world and his son at the same time. He told him straight, jail was waiting if he didn't stop. He reminded him that time would be his teacher, the same way it had been for him. It wasn't anger in his voice, it was resignation. T.I. had already made peace with the possibility that nothing he said would change the path King was determined to walk. And now, with King facing a possible 5 years, that prophecy has turned into reality. The internet has been merciless, dragging T.I. as much as his son. Critics call him a failed father.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of
saying all the wisdom and money in the world couldn't stop King from throwing it away. But what they ignore is that T.I. didn't sit back silently. He confronted his son in public and in private. He gave him the blueprint. The painful truth is that no parent can control every choice their child makes. For T.I., this isn't just about headlines or critics. It's personal. Imagine knowing the exact dangers waiting for your child, warning them repeatedly, and then watching them fall into the same traps anyway. It's not just disappointment, it's déjà vu with higher stakes. Because unlike T.I., who fought his way out and built an empire, King's missteps are unfolding under the glare of cameras and blogs that amplify every flaw. And just when T.I. thought fatherhood might slow his son down, another twist made the nightmare even harder. King became a father himself. For a brief moment, it looked like King Harris had finally found his anchor. In November 2024, he became a father.
We gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about this. Let's get ready to talk about it. Let's go. Let's turn it up. We're gonna talk about this. King. I had a dream about you last night. Then I woke up and seen everybody on the internet talking about King. What happened to King, Rock? King then got fired on up in jail, y'all. King then got fired on. Why you clapping? Why y'all got the gunshots? Because when King was out here, that's what King would do. King was out here talking about dumping them pistols. Him and Boosie's son was talking about putting in work. They smoking weed, hanging out like thugs, disobeying their parents. Now they done got King locked up in jail. King, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to you, King. This is what's going to happen to King. King going to walk up in that jailhouse, y'all. Everybody gonna look at him high yellow, looking like his mama, because he don't look like his daddy, he like his mama. And they gonna see him walking up and they gonna be watching King, and somebody gonna say, that's T.I.'s son. Where T.I.'s son? Right there. Oh, that's Tiny son, you mean? Yeah, Tiny son. They gonna push up on King. They gonna let King do all that gangster talking. They gonna let King play cards, dominoes. They gonna let him win a few games. And then they gonna tell King, listen here, man, we know you got the bag. We know your daddy. We know your mama. Your whole family got the bag, King. King's here and there popping that ATL talk, all that. King is saying, yeah, I could get some work up in here, man. I could get us the sack up in here. This is what King is saying. Yeah, but guess what? King go to that visit Tell his daddy, Daddy, if you don't send me a couple of pounds of bud over here, have a drone fly him up in here, guess what's gonna happen to me? They went from socking on me to now they gonna be punching up in my backside. And this is what he told his daddy. And his daddy said, I'm just saying, this is what I think happened. I ain't saying this is what actually happened. This is what I think happened. And his daddy said, listen here, King, you gonna stay here for the rest of your life trying to prove to these guys that you's a thug, that you's a gangster. You not a gangster, King. You gonna come out of here being queen. That's what you gonna do. You gonna come out here being a queen. You gonna go from being a king, a queen when they let you up out of here. King, if I was you, this is what I'd do, man. You gonna have to go buy you a knife. You gonna have to find somebody on the yard and pay $10,000 for a knife. I know it sounds crazy, but you would rather pay $10,000 for a knife and put you some work in a case that, because they gonna come for you. They coming at you. They got razor blades in their mouth right now, ready to spit them out and cut your damn drawers off. King. That's what they gonna do to you. They gonna cut your drawers off. You ain't in no car. You ain't with no gang. You ain't with none of that. You walking up in there a civilian, and you a rich civilian that don't want to kick in that bread. So what you supposed to do is, so as soon as you hit the yard, instead of trying to play tough, you're supposed to link up with somebody, hook up with somebody, and say, hey, man, I need a knife and I got 10 G's right now. I got 10,000. I can send it to your house tonight. I need one of them rusty knives that I want the knife that didn't stab 10 people up in here, 20 people. I need the knife which still got residue blood on it. I need one of those. Because if you don't get your hand on one of them, King, you going to go in there a worm and come out a butterfly. You're going to be flying like a fairy all through Atlanta, and it's going to be over with for you, man. King, you got to stay out of jail, King, because it ain't in you. You ain't a killer, King. Killer King. But yeah, man, they done got T.I.'s son up in there. I'm going to watch a little bit of this. We're going to check out some of this, and then we're going to get back.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and
into this.
Hey, Sarge. So I got the driver detained. He has a warrant. I got the driver detained. He had a warrant on him, and he had a firearm on him. I have that. There's at least one passenger, and I now can see a couple other passengers moving in the back. If you could just keep an eye on them. Okay. The passenger has a concealed firearm. I'm not sure where it's at. Okay. You're not being detained or anything. I just need to stand out here. I appreciate you.
So this is the video, the actual video where he got caught with the weapon, and this is what got him in jail right now. Boy, they was out there slipping and tripping, high as a motherfucker.
So, how many passengers you got back here? I can't see the Just one more. Hey, come back this way for me, sir. You don't got nothing on you, do you? You got anything on you?
What's his
no other weapons or anything?
No, hell no.
I want to check you real quick. All right.
Well, you good for sure. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Where's your weed at?
Let me see. I ain't really got none.
Dude, you smell like weed.
Just probably have some duckies. It's just some duckies.
No, you got some more. You smell like weed, man.
Now, he the smart dude. This dude right here said, I ain't got nothing, man. It's probably something else. He didn't say nothing. Now, watch the other cat.
You just get done smoking?
Don't have any more. Look at that. Look at that. See? That ain't even no weed.
Just do a quick background on you, make sure you ain't got no weed.
Hey, man, how many are in here?
It's just one more.
Just one more?
Yeah.
I just gotta make sure.
Now, this is the one you don't want to do a crime with right here.
Hey, bud, come on, slide out this way for me. Appreciate it. You don't have no weapons or anything on you? No, go ahead and face that way for me. I'm just going to check you real quick, make sure you don't have no more weapons, or you don't have any weapons, I should say.
No, sir.
All right. You got any weed on you?
No, sir.
You sure?
Yeah,
How much is up in the car?
We smoked. I don't think it's in. We smoked.
When's the last time you
We smoked. So if you saying we smoked and y'all riding around town under the influence, because you said we smoked, your last partner said, man, I don't know, just because you smell it don't mean that we got it. He talking about we smoked.
Something that's
Yeah. When's the last time you smoked?
We probably just smoked.
Just smoked?
Before we left the house.
Okay.
Before we left the house, we just smoked. We, not me. We.
Stand back here at your buddy for me.
My ID is in my pocket. All
right.
I think that's it. Because he's the driver, right?
Your ID's in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, grab it for me. Hey, man, so they're still checking on it. Like I said, it looks like it was for a DUI.
Told you a DUI, your partner talking about we. We just got through smoking. Okay.
I told you Pickens County. I mean, I can just tell you what I'm looking at.
Boy, you about to go in jail, king, and come out queen.
So, I feel you. I'm just trying to be transparent with you. Because, you know, you've been cool with me, so
Got that Playboy bunny on his neck. You a Playboy, huh?
I'm going to try and be as
They about to play with you, boy.
transparent and cool with you as I can be. So, for sure. I smell some weed in the car. So, our procedures, we got to check it. Is there anything else that I need to be aware of? I can't hear you. Well, I understand that, but if I smell weed, that's probable cause to search the vehicle. Just multiple guns? I gotcha. Yeah, man, I got a job to do. So, all right, just hang tight for me, and I'll let you know what dispatch says. Hey, man, that hurt right there?
Which one?
That tattoo right here.
See, they going back to him because they know that he fit to give up everything. He didn't already said we been smoking. He the one that got the uncle in jail that say, man, I'm riding with T.I.'s son. And he got a gun on him. I feel to call the police, get him arrested. So when he get up in there with y'all gonna get him for some money, man.
No. Which one hurt the worst?
My elbow.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How about that one right here? There's nothing up there, man. That's just all skin, man.
It didn't hurt at all.
Really?
I get some muscle on my bone.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense though, because I got a full sleeve.
Elbow hurt, right?
Yeah, the elbow hurt, and right here. This is where,
down here is hurt.
Oh yeah.
Got two. They ain't look like that.
Nah, but I have one. I have one in my inner tricep, on the inner bicep.
Yeah, we gonna get up out of here, man. This is the reason why T.I.'s son is locked up and he's in jail right now getting his ass whooped, and he talking about they trying to work him out some money and all that. This is the reason why. His friend right there his uncle called him from the jailhouse. He told his uncle I'm riding with T.I.'s son. He got a pistol on him. I feel to call the police on him, get him arrested. When he get up in there, y'all can get him. Yeah, Tiny, T.I., all that trying to get y'all son up out of there, it ain't gonna work. Y'all gotta let him learn. He gotta learn. Y'all gonna have to be parents and let your son learn. If y'all rescue them every time they get in trouble, they not gonna learn nothing. This is where good parenting come in at. Y'all gonna have to teach him a lesson. Let him stay up in there. Don't belly him out. Stop asking people, can they get him out? No, let him learn his lesson like everybody else did. If King don't learn his lesson, he'd be back up in there immediately. And if he get out, I hope that he buy that $10,000 knife, because if he don't buy that $10,000 knife, y'all gonna know if King been touched in all the right places. Right now they just saying they whooping on him. That's all they saying, right? They said they whooping on him. He getting beat up real bad up in there. But if y'all don't get him that $10,000 knife, and when he get out, y'all gonna definitely know if he been fondled with. It's Captain Rick, Robert Captain Rick.
Down to the parking lot. That's when somebody tried to rob him and killed the dude. What the hell, my 19-year-old cousin gonna try to rob and kill somebody? Bro, we getting money, man. We getting money. That ain't our stilo. Man,
Everybody know me, bro. That ain't my stilo, bro. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how I get down, bro. Like, that ain't how none of my people get down.
Boozy is drowning in heat right now. Everybody's pointing fingers at him. The streets are whispering and the word is ugly. Folks say he was the one who called the hit on Duke the Jeweler, and now his name is poison. Once respected, now blacklisted from the same place he used to call home. He already got caught slipping once, and if he dares to show up in the hood again, people saying he might not walk out on his own 2 feet. But here's the catch. Boozy is tied in heavy with that Mob Ties crew. And Duke, he lost his life during one of those loaded dice games, just like what went down with Takeoff. The streets can't stop asking the big question. Did Boozy sacrifice Duke, or is he just the fall guy in some twisted plot he didn't even see coming? Duke's death didn't feel random. It felt planned, sharp, like an execution with no mercy. Let's rewind and see how this night unfolded. Duke the Jeweler had been rolling dice all night, side by side.
down to the parking lot. That's when somebody tried to rob him.
Money back was however money back.
Chains Duke wore proudly at Boozy's concert earlier that night were still right there. But wait, it gets even stranger. The real twist was the missing duffel bag, the same one packed with Duke's unreleased top-tier jewelry designs. At first, it vanished, but when Houston PD dug deeper, the bag magically turned up inside Boozy's house. Now, nobody knows if Duke willingly handed it over during the game for safekeeping, or if Boozy got hold of it
HELOC versus HEI. What's the difference? Let me show you. HELOCs are loans. You borrow, pay interest, and make monthly payments.
Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, what we got over here, man? Look, we got Boosie, man, on R. Kelly, man. He gonna tell you a little bit about what he got going on, man. We got the baby facing backlash, man. Offset speaking on Cardi's pregnancy, man. I know some of y'all don't want to hear no Cardi news, but guess what? You're gonna get it anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Like, well, you trying to silence us, man? We can't just say what we want to say, man. What is you like? What is you part of the occult? Gosh. Can't stand folks, man. I'm so sick of this place. I mean, how does everyone want to embrace this authoritarian rule? Trying to tell people what to say, what not to say, and stuff like that. Listen, man. Apparently, Boosie must have seen a trailer cars backed up, wondered what was the issue, saw a cheese bus with a bunch of children coming out, and thought to himself, "Mine. I wonder what R. Kelly got going on, man." You know what I'm saying? Look, he said ain't nobody been able to top his music. I imagine he probably then grabbed his phone and made the following post. He posted this. He said, "Man, I miss R. Kelly music, dog. Anybody," he said, "ain't nobody top this dude yet. He can make a song about anything." Close. Actually, he could, man. Okay, them trapped in the closet videos, them joints was incredible. Tell me I'm lying. You can't. Them joints was incredible, man. Anyway, Boosie continued on and said, "Man, I'm listening now like, hot damn, it's a bad fucking mucker." Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. He probably looked at his watch like, "Come on now, dog. Come on, man. They gotta let him out, man." You know what I'm saying?
I want to get to the part about Cardi. There we go.
Where we are in this climate, at a time like this, it's insane. That it shows such a lack of discernment for the people that are in. I hope they shot that video on a damn iPhone, because I hope they didn't spend a lot of money, man. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And really, like, come on now, okay? And that she's pregs, and this is what he posted. He said, "Divorce ain't even finalized, and you popping out another man's kid." Close quote. I guess she is.
That part. Here we go with that program mind. There she's he fumbled the bag, and now he feels some type of way because she having a baby. Divorce ain't got to be final, because when he was married to her, he was running around here doing him. You know, it's a wonder he probably got some babies out there that they just ain't talking about, or, you know, or is undercover. He feeling some type of way. Isn't that something? That divorce ain't final and she having another man, maybe. Oh, well, she can do that. That's how it go when you fumble the bag.
I guess she is. I mean, she is going through a divorce, but technically she is a married woman, okay? A married woman who just...
No, she is not. Listen, y'all need to stop. That man broke them vows and was doing him and doing whatever. That marriage was broken, irretrievable, okay? It was not, trust me, she tried to hang in there. No, that piece of paper didn't mean a thing. Y'all people need to get over this foolishness about this program world with this marriage foolishness, okay? Please. If he was so married, he wouldn't have been out there doing his thing and what y'all call cheating because he was with another woman against her. He broke his vows. When he broke those vows, there was no more marriage, man. Please. That marriage been over with. She just hung in there for the sake of, in my opinion, the children, and for the sake of the program mindset in the program world, you know, to hold it together. Man, please. A piece of paper don't mean a thing. Y'all better get your minds right. It doesn't mean a thing. If the relationship ain't working, ain't no communication, ain't no trust, ain't no genuine love there, that paper don't mean nothing. Okay? That bothers me when I hear all this foolishness about marriage. You're right.
Announced a pregnancy from a man that she is not married to. Now, I mean,
that's the program. There you go. The program mindset. Y'all people better deprogram yourselves because it don't matter. You'll learn one day that none of that foolishness that they brainwashed us to believe matters.
That's insane, okay? If a married woman is pregnant but the baby ain't hers, that's absolutely don't ask me what I call for, because that's on some old I'm on some old Moses type time with it, and I go both.
I guess he programmed too. Well, brainwashed as people. Excuse my language. God forgive me, but Lord have mercy.
Ways with it. Like if you're a man and then you're impregnating women, yeah, you need to be gone too. Moses style. You understand what I'm saying? Stone him. Well, my bad. I guess we're supposed to turn the other cheek, right? It makes me so.
Now, you see these type of videos. I'm not with that religious foolishness. Why would the man need to be stoned? Okay, babies is a blessing. Man, please. Oh my God, these people are so brainwashed. It's a shame. No, he procreating, and don't they Bible tell him that you're supposed to procreate? Come on, man.
Infuriated or furious, whatever the word is. That kind of betrayal is so horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be fair, married men impregnating women who are not their wives, who are not their wives, okay? That to me is just as heinous. Sometimes those same men that impregnate other women encourage the women to terminate the pregnancy because they don't want to ruin the marriage that they already worked so hard to destroy. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, and you might not agree with me, I get it. I'm just telling you how I feel. Can a man feel how he want to?
And I respect that. His opinion is his opinion, and he's entitled to it. Whether it's brainwashed, whether it's religious, whether it's self-righteous, he definitely is entitled to his opinion. And I don't know about how he feel, because that don't matter. But his opinion, it is his opinion.
I feel. I'm not saying it should be done. I'm not saying it should be a law. I'm just telling you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If you think she's heinous for being impregnated while married, it's equally as heinous for men to impregnate women while they're married, right? But the double standard simply illustrates that you actually expect women to be more virtuous than men. That's what you believe, because we actually believe that y'all are better than us.
In my opinion, she not married. That marriage been broke, been irretrievable. She definitely she married on paper, but the vows been broke.
Ladies, you understand what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. Are you? Real talk. Are women morally, ethically better than men? And if so, then technically, you're worse. You cannot deny that. You cannot deny.
Human beings are human beings. You know, that's another program thing. The mother seed. The mother seed of the earth, you know, has been put down and put on the back burner for so many years and so many years. It's not about being better, being a male or a female. It's about being a human being, you know, and you equally conduct yourselves in a manner, in my opinion, of a positive being. I mean, you can choose to be negative all you want, but your highest self you present yourself is not who's better than who. That makes no kind of sense whatsoever. Oh my God.
The force and power of that logic. If women are morally better, ethically better behaved in the whole nine, if you say that women are
human beings are human beings, and each person is accountable morally for their own self and their own behavior. I don't put one against the other. That's not something you'll ever find me doing. Humans are humans, male, female, you know. And I know that we were raised with these standards. Men should do this and women should do that, and men should do this and women should do that. And that's the problem. We are human beings, Homo sapiens, and we conduct ourselves in a manner individually, accountability for ourselves.
Better, then they would be a million times worse if they do what men do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, in my opinion, with that, to a certain extent, the way that this world has programmed our minds to believe and think that women cannot do the same thing as a man and still consider herself to be called a woman. In other words, if, and that's the sad part of how this program world is. If a man runs down the street butt naked, oh, he's a man, he's still, you know. But let a woman do it. Oh, she's a whore. She's a slut. You know, it's a double standard. It definitely is a double standard in this world. But you know, it is what it is. The femininity of a woman, you shouldn't want to do, in my opinion. We shouldn't want to do what a man do. I definitely ain't gonna belittle myself to do what a man do, just to prove anything to anybody, you know, because we're of the feminine stature, you know, they're of the masculine stature. Does it make it right that they could do whatever and get away with it, and then a woman do it is sabotage her? No, it doesn't, but it is what it is. That's the program world that we live in. That's the brainwashed world that we live in, and that's probably why we have what we have now. Men wanting to be women and women wanting to be men.
Now, do I believe women are morally, ethically better? No, I don't. I think women are really, really bad, just like men.
Come across
I think men and women are equally.
If you come across this video, share it, please. Share it, subscribe or follow.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm talking worthy of the lake of fire for all of eternity. We have done something.
Here we go. Here we go with that program. I say lake of fire. Like, really? Oh my God, these people are brainwashed to the 10th power. Men, did he say men are horrible? Let me go back to what he said.
Just one more screenshot, and this SOP is finally done. What the?
Why aren't you using Scribe?
Men, that's what you believe, because we actually believe that y'all are better than us, ladies. You understand what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. Are you? Real talk. Are women morally, ethically?
Who is this guy? Because Lord have mercy, he ain't making no kind of sense, in my opinion. In my opinion, men believe that women are better than them. Oh God, what? No, they don't. And oh my God, maybe he believes that women are better than him. Maybe that's what he should say, because you can't speak for all men. I'm sorry, sir. I'm super sorry on that one.
Better than men. And if so, then technically, you're worse. You cannot deny that.
He ain't making
You
sense.
cannot deny the force and power of that logic. If women are morally better, ethically better, better behaved in the whole nine, if you say that women are better, then they would be.
That's what you're saying, sir. That's your take. That is not what men are saying. Lord help him.
A million times worse if they do what men do. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I believe women are morally, ethically better? No, I don't. I think women are really, really bad, just like men. Okay? I think men and women are.
I think individuals are individuals, and they have a right to conduct themselves however they choose to. And they can be judged by whatever higher source that they believe in within themselves. There's a higher self and a lower self. Lord help us. I'm not the one that's going to put my mouth on people, because we're not all categorized. You can't put us all in the same category. We all individually, when it all comes and said and done, we all got to stand before whatever for ourselves, within ourselves. That part.
Equally horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm talking worthy of the lake of.
I'm done. I'm not fixing to listen to this foolishness because that's exactly what it is. Nobody's horrible and nobody deserves the fake lake of fire. So please, 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 I'm done with that one. I just wanted to hear what Offset had to say, and I guess he said what he had to say. And at the end of the day, he should have thought about that before he was running around doing his thing and embarrassing her as his wife. Okay? So now the shoe is on the other foot. It don't feel too good. And it's a different type of dagger. But the reality of it all is she's not your wife anymore. Whether y'all on paper or not, you broke that vow, buddy, when you stepped outside of it, in my opinion, and you kept on stepping outside of it. So hey, people got to move on. Was she supposed to wait for the ink on the paper to dry before y'all to figure out separating what y'all own and what y'all don't own? Man, bye. Goodbye. Bye, bye, bye. Let's see. I'm gonna get off here. I've been on here for 2 good old hours. Let's see, what's this one? T.I. humiliated after King Harris leaks paternity test. Oh, that he not the daddy? That's a crazy one. But you know what? That's their business. This is what happens when you a celebrity. Let's see which one is he's talking about.
To his action. Something wild is bubbling in Atlanta, and the whispers
T.I.
are getting louder by the
humiliated
day.
after-
The Harris family,
say?
once reality TV royalty and Southern
Leaked
hip hop's first
paternity
family,
test,
is
fans
now
are shocked.
standing on shaky ground. And not
So I guess they shocked that supposedly, allegedly, T.I. is not this kid's real biological father. And supposedly that somebody who King leaked I heard that somewhere. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Must be time for me to get off here. But such is life, Such is life. Hey, that's their story. That's what happens, I just seen something about the Atlanta Housewives. No, what is it? The Basketball Wives or whatever that one is, the one with the Jackie lady, that her husband, Doug, oh man, I'm gonna see if I can find that footage. Had a baby by one of the girls that's actually on the show. I'm like, no way. Oh my God. I was listening, I kind of listened to it before I started this broadcast, this episode, but and then it looked like it was taking a twist and saying that not really that he was the father, but I really want to get to the end of that, but that somebody else was. I don't know. You all know how they fake these paternity tests and they do whatever they need to do so that the truth don't come out if they trying to hide something. But the vibe with, in my opinion, the vibe with T.I. and King kind of like, if you really wanted to dig and have that kind of thought, they didn't carry on like father and son. It really wasn't a father and son style relationship, if you ask me. And that's probably where the division came in and why, he had such a rough upbringing, because this man really wasn't his dad and he kind of knew it. So that's part of the acting out that some of these children do when they find out certain things that could be devastating to them or bother them. Because in my opinion, if that was his son, he should have been brought up in the house with them. But for whatever reasons, they let grandma have the headache, which in my opinion, they always brush it off on grandma when it's not grandma's responsibility. But wow. Yeah. I wasn't too shocked when I heard that one. Not at all. Let me see if I can find the Basketball Wives one. But I definitely was shocked about that Basketball Wife. I definitely was shocked about that Basketball Wife one. Oh, yes, I was. I was totally shocked. Let me see if I can find it. Like, you couldn't tell me that Jackie husband, Doug, he looked so cool. And so, maybe that's why he looked so cool and so suave. And so, because he was a sneaky guy. Sneaky. Let's see. And then I'm going to come off ahead. Just hanging out a little bit tonight with you guys. Jackie Christie and Doug. Secret Child. And it was Malaysia that it was supposed to be like, what? Hidden baby exposed. Doug lost it on camera. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's see. Did Jackie Christie deceive Doug? Well, boy, we got a whole lot of this is crazy. So Jackie deceived Doug about the daughter. I don't know how true that is. I never really followed through on that one. But they said something. They said Chris Webber's secret baby with Jackie Christie revealed. So they blamed it on him, though. They really had Jackie believing this. What?
Especially when they're all lies. No proof, just made up lies. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to issue my one and only advisory. If you have a platform and you have content with my name attached to lies,
I know that's right.
take it down now. And to those that started the rumor, that started the lies and then continued to spread the lies, I dare you not to take it down. I dare you to repeat a lie.
I know that's right.
You're not going to defame my name. Of course the lawyers are in action. Of course the lawyers are
First it was supposed to be Doug Christie.
Buckle up because the secret Chris Webber just dragged out of hiding didn't just break the courtroom. It broke Doug Christie's heart in front of the entire world. For years, whispers floated through locker rooms, gossip blogs, and hush-hush Basketball Wives reunions. Did Chris really father Jackie Christie's child behind Doug's back? Jackie always denied it with tears and camera perfect apologies. Doug believed every word until now in a packed courtroom that thought it had already seen its final. Meltdown Chris Webber showed up like a man with a mission, no lawyers whispering in his ear, no fake script, just a battered envelope, trembling hands, and 2 decades of truth. He could no longer bury what he said next, left the judge stunned, the jury speechless, and Doug gasping for breath. As the walls of every lie he ever defended crumbled around him, Jackie froze. Chantal fled the room sobbing, and the internet, it exploded the moment Chris said she lied to both of us. The baby, the timeline, the affair, she buried us under secrets.
He's the most hated man in the car insurance industry, and now agents are showing up to his home. Kelly Martin reports.
A former insurance insider turned.
Malaysia, you know I love you, right? Mm-hmm. But you know I gets right to the point. Are you mad at me? Do you feel that I did something like to make Jennifer say the dumb she said? Let's just keep it 100.
I mean, like, I'm not mad at you because I know who you are.
Right.
And I know that, like, you do force the issue, but I wish you wouldn't have. Because, like...
I really don't know where to start with this one. What would you do if your husband of more than 20 years, the same man you have always stood by, the same man you built your brand around, was found to be secretly married to your so-called best friend? Not just texting or creeping, but married. You had no idea that the paperwork was filed and the vows were exchanged. That's what blew up in Jackie Christie's life. And
what? Married? How the hell he get married? Oh my God, these people, these stories get deeper and deeper. So now, not only did he make a baby with her, he married to her too. So he's a, excuse me, what is it, bigamist? What is it called when you have more than one marriage?
And let me tell you, this isn't your typical reality TV
I done
mess.
yawned
This is a
twice
betrayal
now,
that
y'all.
feels like
I'm
a
about to
crime
get
and
off
hurts me
here.
personally.
I done
Jackie
yawned
had a
twice.
full-on emotional breakdown on live TV when she found out that Doug Christie was legally married to Malaysia Pargo. They told me that my friend Jackie Marie Christie had been telling people lies about me. Let's go back for a second because the signs were always there. We just didn't want to believe what they said. During a reunion taping in 2018, Malaysia made a joke that now seems very scary. She laughed and said, "Don't look at me if Doug goes missing." Everyone laughed it off. Jackie even laughed, probably not thinking much of it. But this clip is now famous for all the wrong reasons. Fans are pulling it up and saying it's a warning in plain sight. And to be honest, they are right. Sometimes the truth is right in front of you. It's right in front of us, but it looks like a joke. Jackie, bless her heart, didn't see it. Or maybe she just chose to ignore it, and who could blame her? When you are emotionally, financially, and publicly tied to someone, you want to believe they can't betray you like that. But ignoring warning signs doesn't make them go away.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about that piece of paper. That piece of paper don't mean nothing other than when it comes down to splitting what y'all got with each other. Then the justice system got to step in. Y'all know. Oh my
It just
God.
lets them get bigger. And when it all fell apart, it really did. Jackie went on the air. No lashes, no glam, and no polished version of herself as a basketball wife. Just Jackie, broken and raw. Her face was red and her voice was shaking. The pain in her voice wasn't planned.
Wait, whoa. You're not coming around us anymore? Definitely not coming around that group of people.
You mean permanent?
Permanently.
Oh my God.
I just don't care to be around people that giving me like bad vibes. It's like,
That wasn't for show. That was a woman who had everything taken away from her. It didn't seem like a show on TV. It was like a woman realizing that her marriage, her sisterhood, and her reputation had all been used against her. And behind the scenes, things got even worse. People say that MTS was called to Jackie's Beverly Hills home after the live show. People say she passed out, but it wasn't because of drama. It was because she was dehydrated from stress. They say she was under medical care for almost 2 full days. It wasn't just a mental breakdown, it was a physical one too. Her body really did shut down. This betrayal went that deep.
Well, when you put all your trust and faith and belief in somebody, that's why you don't put all your trust and faith in no human being. Oh my God. You have to trust them. Because you know what? Anything is possible. And when it's too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. This is when I heard this and saw this, it kind of like shocked me because of the way he carries himself. But I knew it was something about him, but I couldn't.
Now let's get to the real turning point. The paper that made the internet crash. A legal marriage license came to light. A real marriage certificate from the government that is 6 months old. Reno, Nevada is where the event took place. And the names Malaysia Pargo and Doug Christie. Doug married Malaysia at a courthouse without Jackie's knowledge. That's not a rumor, that's true. And if you're wondering, wait, is it real? People could see the scanned file with the county seal, the signatures, and
she's the second wife. So if something happens to her, she gets in line. Jackie gets hers, and the second wife gets hers. These people crazy because that's all marriage is a legal piece of paper to help take whatever you own or whatever you got. Man, please.
and everything else. It wasn't put up on a sketchy blog. It came from a real league that keeps track of legal records. You can't make that kind of receipt up. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't have believed it either if I hadn't seen it myself. The tea is boiling though, and the proof is now out. Then Malaysia answered, or should I say, didn't answer. Sis didn't say no to anything. He just put up a cold black screen post on her IG story. You shouldn't trust her. That's all. There was no context, no apology, no caption, no comments, nothing. But does that sound like someone who is caught off guard or someone who has been waiting for this moment? To be honest, this post was a warning. Malaysia isn't avoiding, she wants Jackie to say more. She's acting like she's in charge. And the craziest thing is that the fans are split. Some people are shocked and heartbroken for Jackie. Some people say this wasn't a mistake by a side chick, this was a planned action, a planned power move that has been building for years. Someone said, Malaysia has been acting strange for years. Jackie just didn't want to see it. Another person said, this isn't a betrayal, this is a robbery. They took Jackie's man, her peace, and her brand. If Jen and Dominique are the ones behind this game of telephone, it would be best to end it right here in my face because the game is over. Let's talk about the leaks because this is where things got so bad that even the show couldn't have written it. First, the scenes that were cut, fans thought they had seen it all on Basketball Wives, but they hadn't. A bunch of clips that never made it to air started going around online. Let's just say that the energy in those scenes was off. One of the clips shows Malaysia and Doug sitting next to each other at a charity gala. They're whispering and leaning in close, and at one point, his hand is under the table holding hers. The cameras caught it, but the producers left it out of the last episode. And now everyone is asking why. Fans started looking for the clips as soon as they got out. Some people are even calling out the production team, asking what else was cut to keep Doug and Malaysia safe. Were the signs always there, but hard to see? Then came the voicemail, the kill shot. Doug's voice, tired and soft, told Malaysia, I don't know how much longer I can live like this. I love Jackie, but you are my peace. You don't yell. You don't make me feel bad. With you, I feel human. Just hold on. I'll take care of it. That guy isn't just having a fling, you guys. That isn't a mistake. That man is making plans for a new life. That voicemail went around quickly. Fans were shocked, and people who know Jackie say she heard it at the same time we did. That's when she went crazy, shut everything down, locked the gates, turned off the security cameras, and deleted her Wi-Fi network. Reports say she sent a message from a private account. What I fought for was all a lie. But the story didn't end with Jackie. That night, her daughter, Chantel Christie, went live on Instagram. If you've been following Jackie for a while, you know that...
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, you cannot wrap yourself up in no one person. And boy, I think prenups need to be done on both sides if y'all gonna believe in the marriage stuff. They got something called domestic partnership. That's what y'all better take up on. You can do the same thing as married. Only thing is your finances is yours and hers is hers. This is crazy. If this is so real, this is super crazy that this lady believed in the programmed world of marriage and build her brand and everything with her husband to yet have a broad on the same show as her to have, no wonder she didn't like her. She done had an affair with her husband, baby the son. Oh my God, that's too close for comfort. That's that psychotic stuff. They women have a psychotic break. Sound like Jackie turned off everything because she was gonna take her and him out. That's crazy. It ain't worth it, Jackie. Don't do it. Don't do it.
that Chantel has always been quiet and loyal. She doesn't try to get attention, but when she went live, it shook the place. My mom has been protecting Doug for years, even when he didn't deserve it, she said. There were texts, flirty messages, and little lies, but this with Malaysia is family. That's a whole new level of betrayal. Then she said the real thing. There's more to say about Doug, Malaysia, and money. I told my mom not to believe her, but she did anyway. That live show set off a fire because Chantel said there was more. What else do we not know yet? What else is still hidden behind NDAs and edited videos? If Shawnee fires me, I'd love to talk to you all about it because that would be the day I start my own show and all the viewers would come with me. This is where the law comes in. A subpoena just came in for Jackie, not as a victim, not even as a defendant, but as a key witness in a federal fraud case. All of this is connected to Doug and his rumored secret marriage. Let's break this down. If Doug really married Malaysia while still married to Jackie, that's not just a mess. It's a crime called bigamy. We're talking real criminal charges here, not just headlines and memes, what happens in court. So if this is true, you all should go ahead and say something. Put him in jail. While all this is going on, Malaysia has gone completely dark. Her Instagram account was deleted. There are no new stories or posts. You can't leave comments on old posts. Her close friends say they haven't heard from her in days, no sound at all. Then there's Doug. You'd think he'd step up, clear things up, and offer something, but no. He finally spoke up with a dry, cold statement that only made people more suspicious. Some details are being misrepresented. Sir, I will speak when the time is right. What specifics? And when is the best time? Fans don't want to wait around. You have 2.
It's funny how the voicemail said that Jackie, he loved Jackie, but that the girl was his piece. Y'all women better take heed to that, because see, that's what them side broads do. They give the man what you not giving him. Everything that you are not to him, they become. And that's how they get trapped off with that other woman syndrome. Unless they doing the, what's the one? Is it called polygamy? Yeah, polygamy. Unless because he can, I guess he can afford to have both of them. They want to be sister wives. Then they could be sister wives. But that's exactly what happens. He says he told her, you don't yell, you don't scream, you my piece. Man, y'all people better wake up. Y'all women that chase your man away. And you worried about him being with somebody else, but then you don't appreciate him. Woo, all that hollering, bickering, screaming, complaining about nothing. Man. That's that. If this story is true, it's sad on so many levels. Super sad.
Wives, voicemails that keep coming in, and your daughter-in-law is missing. And you say, I'll talk when I'm ready. That's not it. And let's be honest, the longer they stay quiet, the worse it gets. More and more clips are leaking, and more people are talking every day. Jackie is done being nice. You know, everyone else got it, and that hurt my feelings because it was like the public. I will never lie to the public. Well, it's not my daughter. It wasn't her, it was the people. So someone else set up a GoFundMe page, and they were the ones who used the money. It wasn't even, didn't even really go to my great.
Check out this screenshot of my credit score. Just a few months ago, it was an above 500. That all changed when I found this little known loophole.
Woo, that's crazy.
So your daughter never got any of that money? I heard that she got it in her hands, but they spent it all. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't ask her. We've talked a lot since then, and every time I do, she's in a good mood. That's why it shocks me when I wake up to tweets and junk on the internet.
At some point.
I just got to the point where I don't pay attention to it anymore. Jackie is not giving up. She's fighting back. And now it's not just about you. Within a day of the video being posted online, her lawyers filed for divorce, saying that her husband had hurt her emotionally, lied to her on purpose, and used psychological warfare against her. But that's only the start. Jackie is also coming to Malaysia. She has also filed a separate civil lawsuit against him for causing her emotional distress on purpose. In simple terms, betrayal wrapped in friendship. Her lawyers say they have everything: voicemails, screenshots, pictures, full timelines, and even production emails that supposedly prove the network knew something was going on and kept filming. In any case, this isn't just a lawsuit for heartbreak. This is a franchise takedown. Jackie is not only going after her ex and her ex-friend, but she's also bringing the whole Basketball Wives show to court with her. If those emails from production are real, the whole VH1 team might have to explain what they knew and when they knew it. And this is where it gets really bad. While Jackie fell apart.
Betrayal. Woo! Then they try to bring her daughter in to talk junk against her mama and have an episode on. Man, Jackie gonna beat all their asses.
Malaysia was getting ready to make money. She had a whole book of memories and a new reality show planned. Idol, beckon to no one. And the tagline was, not every queen shares her throne. Was that a sneak attack or a shade? Fans are now saying that this wasn't just a random scandal. This was the story. The book was already going through its last edits. They filmed the first episode. And who do you think it was about? Doug and Malaysia's truth, their story, and their journey. But when the leaks got out to the blogs, the courthouse papers, the secret wedding photo, and the video of them kissing outside the fancy hotel, everything fell apart. Publishers pulled out. Producers hired lawyers, the show is on ice, and Jackie, she was nowhere to be seen in public. People who know her say she went to a private healing retreat. There were no cameras or filming, just spiritual counseling and lawyers. The phones of her team went quiet, her publicist even stopped answering. There were twice as many guards at her mansion. It was time to lock down. But before she went away for good, she sent fans one last message. There was a black screen, no music, no captions, and one sentence in white. A broken heart can't be healed by a crown. That hit was not the same. Jackie didn't just lose a guy, she lost the life she had built with him. The brand, the loyalty, the trust, everything she stood for on and off camera, now it's all on fire. And the worst part is that she's not just sad. She is no longer quiet. What do we do now? This isn't finished. This was just the first episode, if anything. Do you all think Malaysia planned this from the start? Did Doug live two lives the whole time? Or is there a twist that we all missed? Let me know what side of this mess you're on in the comments below, because the streets are watching.
Wow. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's super crazy. Jackie, I like Jackie. Jackie a boss lady. But see, y'all be so busy chasing the bag, we miss what was going on at home with our husband. Lord have mercy. Here's some more of this T.I. stuff. Yeah, that's enough of that for me for today. But oh yeah, now you know what's another one? I'm really gonna touch this just a little bit. If this is true, this is super crazy.
Stop everything you're doing, because the drama that just erupted in hip-hop and reality TV circles is so explosive, it has the internet in a chokehold.
Wait a minute, not this one. But when I found out that Chrissy finally left Jim Jones and got married, I was like, what? I felt that for Jim Jones. Yo, some people want to tie the knot. I would have been good just like that. I thought that's what that said, but this says, no, Jim Jones confronts Brooke Bailey over affair with Nigerian singer. I guess that's his new side piece. Brooke Bailey, I don't know. Well, we discussed the T.I., the Cardi B. Oh boy. I guess. What? Who attacks the judge? What's this one say?
Did you know that sugar and pink salt can make you forget you ever had type 2? Honestly, I don't want to sound rude, but I'm tired of...
The courtroom didn't just fall silent. It turned into pure WrestleMania chaos. 1 second the judge was calmly reading King Harris's sentence. The next second T.I. leapt from his seat, slammed the defense table, and lunged straight at the bench. Yes, you heard that right. The so-called King of the South turned a courtroom into his own street fight. And here's the real question. If your son was just sentenced to prison, would you sit there quietly or would you snap and attack the judge?
So yeah, this I wish I would have found this at first, because this would tell us how much time the young man got.
Because
this is
what happened next?
This will be my last video. It's after 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, you can do that when it's yours, when you own it. When you own it. Let me stop.
The jury ducking, reporters scrambling, and FBI agents dragging T.I. back before the entire gallery. But the bigger shock? This wasn't just about a father's rage. Insiders say T.I. knew King Harris's testimony was only the tip of the iceberg. That phone, those leaked files, they don't just tie King to the streets. They point the finger straight at T.I. himself. This wasn't a meltdown. This was desperation. A hip-hop legend watching his empire collapse in real time. Forget Netflix drama. This is Power, Snowfall, and WWE rolled into one, and the world just witnessed it live. It started like any other tense courtroom day, but within minutes it became the kind of moment that people replay, repost, and argue about for years. King Harris, the son of Atlanta rap legend T.I.
So this young man has got prison time. Wow.
been dragged through headlines for months, and now his fate was sealed. The judge looked down from the bench with a stone-cold face, reading out the verdict that would change everything. 5 years. That was it. No more music videos. No more flexing online.
Wow, that young man caught 5 years. Wow. That's sad. And I guess the gun and the warrant for the DUI and the whatever. Well, I'm not even going to go any further. I don't know what T.I. did, but I could imagine. Whew. Well. That's enough for me for tonight, for this morning. It's morning. It's morning. Well, that was my first night of reaction videos. Giving my response, my opinion. It's giving you my take on some of this stuff, but it is so, wow, sad. May, protection and, excuse me again, whatever he believes in, be it God, be it whatever, hopefully it's a source greater than himself that he can work himself out in that place and that he gets the healing that he needs, because according to them he's pretty bad. He's in intensive care. I think that's what they saying. And not for nothing, I don't know, maybe they can bargain something and get the boy home for house arrest. I mean, I guess them guns, you know what? Let me look up how much time a gun weighs in Atlanta. I'm curious. How much time and I don't mean Atlanta in Georgia, for a gun charge. Let's see. It don't say how long is a gun charge. The length of the gun charge can vary significantly based on specific circumstances and the severity of the offense. Misdemeanor gun charges can result in a sentence of up to 1 year in jail. So why the hell he got 5 years? Felony gun charge may lead to longer sentences. Okay, that makes sense. With some individuals facing decades in prison. Wow. Well, there's another yawn. Excuse me. He, when he got busted with the gun charge, the accident, I guess they trying to say an accident again with the police, or he ran into the police, or whatever the case may be, and they was smoking in the car. When they ran his name, he had a warrant for DUI and something else from 2 years prior. Man, handle your business when you get caught up in the system and you get a ticket or you get a charge and they give you a date to come back. That's the worst thing you could do, is to be a flight risk or a no-show. So when it's time for you on the second time around and you blew it the first time around, them people is not letting you go. It's going to be hard to get a bond. They're going to consider you a flight risk. Prayers for the Harris family. That's all I can say. Prayers for Jackie and that situation going on over there. You know what? It seems like America or this world is in a hot mess. And you know what? We all got something going on. We all facing something. No lie about it. I got my own stuff that I'm dealing with. But you know what? I trust in my higher self. I've been through so much that I do everything in my power to not let some of the things that I'm dealing with stress me. I have to speak against it and to it when it tries to surface in my mind and my heart with some of the things that I'm dealing with. When you have a loved one in a situation and nothing you can do about it but let it ride out and play itself out. You got to trust in the God or the higher power or the higher source that you say you believe in, that it's going to get worked out. Mother's nightmare is a child being locked up in one of those places. But one thing for certain and two things for sure, in my opinion, about some times when your child is getting locked up. They're being saved. They're being saved because either they're locked up or they going to wind up 6 feet under. And so the locked up part is, in my opinion, is a little bit safer than the 6 feet under. And sometimes you're not under arrest by the system that you think you're under arrest, but you're under arrest by God because you have not heed to the warnings. You continue to move in a manner that's against the highest self of yourself, the better person of yourself. So he got to slow you down because you're not catching it and you're not seeing it. So with that said, I just pray. I don't wish no kind of whippings or beatings on anybody in them prison cells because we know how that goes. I just pray that that young man can come out of it and heal. And I don't know what's the game time in there. Will he do 2 years? Will he do 3 years and he gets out? I don't know, but I pray he heals. And I don't know if Tiny and T.I. another yard, excuse me, or Tiny or T.I. get an opportunity to see him. I don't know how that goes when you get hurt in jail, but that's really sad with all of the craziness going on in America. Y'all see my shirt, it says God bless America. Yeah. Because it really need it right about now. It really does need it right about now. Because it's a little ludicrous out there. But you know what? Don't let that stir you up. Don't let that stir you up. If you got faith, faith of fire, fireproof faith. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have fireproof faith, you just have to trust. You just have to trust that the world that you live in, and that's your circumference of your being and how you and your family and your where you live and how you conduct yourself is going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And, I pray for those that are struggling more than I may be struggling, I don't know. It's hard to say, but America needs God to really bless it right about now. But in all of that, I say this. What we are seeing and what we're experiencing is nothing no different than what's been going on all along. The only thing that's different about it is it's in our face because of the cameras and the internet and all the above. Same stuff, same bull crap, been going on forever. It's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. The internet just exposing it for what it is. You have been tuning in to Let's Talk with your girl, Jazzy Wanda. Stay tuned. Be blessed. Until next time. See you Sunday evening.
Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's
and you know how I do it. You are worthy of infinite abundance. You're a beacon of confidence and success. You deserve happiness. And everything you desire is flowing to you now. Don't forget to share this video if you come across it. Subscribe, follow, like. See you Sunday.
Yeah. Choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. It's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
What you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah. Said I'm a fine diamond.
And the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the thunder catches we all here. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't